Hello my dear students and welcome to this English class. In this lesson, we will focus on the skill of reading. This is the second part of reading 3A. Please make sure your students' books are opened on page 39. Let's first have a look at the objectives of this lesson. Number 1. Complete timelines with the correct information from the texts. Number 2. Identify the features that apply to the texts. And number 3. Identify the meanings of words. Before starting our lesson, I'd like to ask you a question. With reference to the previous lesson, do you still remember who are these people? I'll give you some clues. 1928, 1990, India, London. So who can tell me, what's the name of the old man? Good. His name is Abdul Satar ED. He was born in India on the 28th of February, 1928. What about this young man? Good. His name is Salman Singh. He was born in 1990 and raised on the outskirts of London. So what did Abdul Satar and Salman do that made people write about them? Please take a few seconds to think about this question. Well, they both devoted themselves for the well-being of others. Let's take Abdul Satar, for example. Do you still remember what did he establish in Pakistan? What did he do for the orphans? How did he collect money? Well, Abdul Satar established the largest welfare organization in Pakistan. He established an orphanage for the children who lost their parents. He collected money by begging in the streets. What about Salman? What did he do? Who did he help and how? Well, Salman helped the students in the countryside of Bangladesh. He gained experience from his work with UNESCO as fundraising coordinator. He is now operating 3 floating schools which can reach students even during the rainy season. The sequence of events of a person is the information of this person's family, childhood, educational background, personal life, and career. In the following activity, exercise D, page 39, we will look at the timelines and complete them with the correct information about Abdul Satar ED and Salman Singh. Here, we will use the points from activity C to complete the timeline below. Write numbers 1 to 12 in the boxes provided. Stop the video and do the task. In front of you is the timeline of Abdul Satar ED and the 12 points from activity C, which represent the most important events in the life of this man. Together, let's complete the sequence of events of Abdul Satar ED. This man was born in India in 1928. At the age of 10, he took care of his mother who suffered from a stroke and became paralyzed. He moved to Karachi, Pakistan in 1947 after the death of his mother. In Pakistan, he established the largest welfare organization. Abdul Satar begged in the street. With the money he received, he bought an ambulance, which he drove himself. His charitable works became bigger and bigger. He established an orphanage, which is a home for children who lost their parents. Abdul Satar died in 2016. Upon his death, the Pakistani Prime Minister said, "We have lost a great servant of humanity." Let's have a look at the most important events in the life of Salman Singh. This young man was born in 1990 in the outskirts of London. He was fascinated by the importance of education. That's why he decided to become a history teacher. After graduation, Salman had a rest, so he took a gap year. He traveled to Bangladesh to get some practical teaching experience in 2012. Salman moved to New York and enrolled in New York University. As soon as he graduated, he worked for UNESCO and became a fundraising coordinator. Thinking he had gained enough experience, Salman returned to Bangladesh. He is now operating 3 floating schools, which can reach students even during the rainy season. Live and help live. My career, my calling. These 2 texts are written by 2 different authors. Text 1 is a biography, which means that the writer is writing about somebody other than himself or herself, and that he or she is writing in the third person. Text 2 is an autobiography, which means that the writer is writing about himself or herself and is writing in the first person. Each of the 2 texts is characterized by features that are obvious in the style of writing. In exercise E, page 39, we will choose the statements or the features that apply to each text. Write T1 for text 1, T2 for text 2, and B for both texts. Please stop the video and do the task. Have some minutes to do it. Now let's correct. Number 1. If you look at the 2 texts, you will figure out that one text is written in the first person, so it is text 2. Very good. Here, Salman is talking about himself, so he has to use the pronoun I. The text which provides an objective account of person's life. The word objective here means that the writer isn't influenced by a personal feeling or opinion. I suppose it is clear. It is text 1. Very good. So as we said before, there is one text which is written in the first person. The second one is written in the third person. We have the uses of the pronoun he or she. Of course, it is text 1. Very good. Before answering number 4, I'd like to ask you a question. I'd like to look at the structure of the 2 texts. Are they written in headings or subtitles, or are they written in paragraphs? Of course, they are written in paragraphs. So both texts here are written in paragraphs to present the information in an organized manner. For number 5, which text presents information that is factual? The information in the text is based on facts, which means it is real, not fictitious or imaginary. I suppose you know the answer. Good. Both texts are or present factual information. For statement number 6, who can tell me if the events are in the order in which they were experienced or not? The answer is yes, the events are in order. So both texts present the events in the order in which they were experienced. Which text is subjective and presents the personal perspective and opinion of the person? The word subjective is opposite to the word objective. which means that the author or the writer is influenced by personal feelings and opinions. I suppose you know the answer. It is text 2 about Salman Singh. Good. If I tell you 1928, 1947, 1990, what does this mean? Here we are talking about dates and time references. So both texts use key date and time references. When reading the texts, you come across phrases like I'd gained, I'd never seen, I consider myself lucky, as for the future. Which language is used here? Is it formal or informal? When we use short form, yes, it is informal language. Very good. So which text uses here informal writing? Text 2. Excellent. Very good. The last one, the text which could feature an encyclopedia. The text which could be found in an encyclopedia. It is text 1. Very good. About Abdul Satar, ED. Let's focus now on vocabulary. In exercise G, page 39, we will look at 8 highlighted words in the two texts and match them with their meanings. Please stop the video and do the task. Now let's correct. Number 1, devote. In text 1, Abdul Satar ED devoted 8 years of his life to take care of his mother. The word devote means D. Excellent. To give all of one's time and effort to something. Welfare. It means H. Perfect. Concerned with the general health and happiness of people. Orphanage. C. A home for children without parents. Number 4. Guardian. In text 1, Abdul Satar ED was the legal guardian of over 20,000 orphans. A person who, by law, is responsible for the protection and care of a child. It is F. Excellent. Number 5. Outskirts. Salman Singh was born in 1990 and raised on the outskirts of London. Here we are talking about a location. So it is E. Excellent. Located on the edge of a city. Number 6. Rural. In 2012, Salman Singh went to rural Bangladesh. He didn't go to the city, but he went to the countryside. Very good. So rural means A, in the countryside. Number 7. Pursue. Salman Singh was about to pursue a graduate degree in history. It means B, to try to achieve or work towards. The last one, fundraising. Excellent. It is the process of collecting money, usually for charity. It is G. Devote, welfare, fundraising, and other words used in the texts refer us to the opening of Module 3 entitled Human Nature. Abdul Satar ED and Salman Singh are good examples of people who devoted their lives to the service of humans. Are they born to be so or learned to become so? According to you, what influences a person's personality more? Is it nature or nurture? To be able to respond to this question, we need to clarify the difference between nature and nurture. When you look, for example, at the color of your eyes or the color of your skin, and you see it is similar, to that of your father or mother. In that case, we are talking about genetic and hereditary factors. The same with personality. Nature here refers to the characteristics that we are born with, which means the genes and hereditary factors that influence who we are, from our physical appearance to our personality characteristics. Whereas for nurture, it should be the opposite. Nurture here refers to the environmental variables that impact who we are, including our early childhood experiences, how we were raised, and our social relationships. Having said that, the virtues of Abdul Satar Edi and Salman Singh were probably natural, but certainly influenced by their parents. Look at this question. How do you think both Abdul Satar Edi's and Salman Singh's attitudes toward helping others were influenced by their parents? In exercise F, page 39, you will provide a written response to this question in your own words. You may use information from the texts to support your answer. Stop the video and do the task. Let's start first with Abdul Satar. Charity was part of his life. His mother taught him the importance of charity when he was a child. She would give him 1 paisa coin for his lunch and another one to give to a beggar or child in need. What about Salman Singh? In fact, his parents made him believe in the importance of education. That's why he dreamed that every child will be able to experience the joy of learning and discovery that only education can offer. How do you think both Abdul Satar Edi's and Salman Singh's attitudes towards helping others were influenced by their parents? At the beginning of each of the two texts, you can note to what extent the parents of both individuals had an impact on the lives of their children. So both individuals are proof that nurture, which is the immediate environment, upbringing, and life experiences of a person, can influence the course of one's life. Thanks to their qualities, natural and nurtured, Abdul Sattar Edi and Salman Singh became famous and had an impact on the lives of thousands of people. I am sure that there are qualities in one of your friends or a family member that you are fascinated with. So, according to you, what kinds of qualities do you consider important in other people? Please take a few seconds to think about this question. There are many qualities, but we will discuss some of them. We are all attracted by the person who is reliable, and he or she keeps his or her promises. The quality we are talking about here is excellent, being trustworthy. Very good. Can you tell me what do you call the friend who is strong, who is always showing strength and courage? He's brave. Excellent. Very good. Yes. Another quality is being motivating. We all like being encouraged by others to do our best and to take chances. Now, who can tell me about the quality where people think positive and are cheerful? Good. It's being optimistic. Optimism. Now it's your turn to think about other qualities. My dear students, this is the end of our lesson. By now, I expect you to be able to complete a timeline with the correct information from the texts. Identify the features that apply to the texts, and identify the meanings of words. This video will always be available on Microsoft Teams for you to watch at any time. Thanks for watching.